The Detasemen Jala Mangkara, English, Detachment of Deadly Ocean, or Denjaka, is an elite special operations forces of the Indonesian Navy. It is a combined detachment formed from selected personnel of the Navy's Frogmen unit, KOPASKA, and the Marine Corps Amphibious Reconnaissance Battalion, Batalyon Intai Amfibi, Yontaifib. The unit was formed in 1984 by the Chief of the Indonesian Armed Forces to counter maritime strategic threats including terrorism and sabotage. Despite the specific reason for its formation, as in the case of any other special operations forces around the world, the detachment is also fully trained in conducting reconnaissance, unconventional warfare, and clandestine behind enemy lines operations. History. On 4 November 1982, the Navy Chief of Staff issued a decree No. Skep. 2848, 1982, forming a task force called Naval Special Forces, PASUSLA, to fulfill the need for a maritime special operations forces capable of countering terrorism and sabotage. In the initial phase, 70 personnel from the Amphibious Reconnaissance Battalion and Underwater Special Unit, or Navy Frogmen, were recruited to form PASUSLA. Training for this new unit was under the command of the Western Fleet Commander with assistance from the Commandant of the Marine Corps, while the Navy Chief of Staff acted as the operational commander of PASUSLA. The unit was based at Western Fleet Command Headquarters, Jakarta. Upon further development of this unit, on 13 November 1984, the Navy Chief of Staff requested the Chief of the Indonesian Armed Forces to form Denjaka, which was approved and, through the issuance of an approval letter, No. R39, 2 September 08, SPN, PASUSLA changed into Denjaka and was designated as a naval counter-terrorism detachment. Mission. Denjaka's primary task is to develop anti-terrorism, anti-sabotage and other clandestine operations capabilities in support of maritime counter-terrorism, counter-sabotage and other special operations as directed by the Chief of the Armed Forces. Organizational structure. According to the directive of the Navy Chief of Staff, Denjaka is a Marine Corps task force under the Indonesian Navy, with the Commandant of the Marine Corps holding responsibilities for general training, while specific training falls under the responsibilities of the Chief of Armed Forces Strategic Intelligence Agency. Operational command falls directly under the Chief of the Armed Forces. Denjaka consists of 1 detachment headquarters, 1 command element, 1 engineering element and 3 combat elements. Recruitments and training. Denjaka's recruitment process begins after the conclusion of para and commando training. Prior to enrolling in Denjaka training, the applicant must possess amphibious reconnaissance qualifications. Commandants of the Denjaka. Equipment. Handgun, Sig Sauer P226, Glock 17, Glock 19, Pindad P2, H&K P7M13, H&K P7M8, H&K P9, H&K P30, Shotgun, HK 512, Benelli M4 Super 90, Submachine Gun, H&K MP5, H&K MP5 SD, H&K MP5K, Daewoo K7, Iwi Uzi, Assault Rifle, AK-103 and AK-104, AK-12, Pindad SS-1, Pindad SS-2, H&K HK-53, H&K G36K and G36C, H&K HK 416 Carbine and Commando.